What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So we are finally wrapping up the draft lottery rebuild series, that being the last pick in the lottery with 14th overall pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And today we're going to be doing an Ochai Agbaji Cleveland Cavaliers rebuild here. Before we get into today's video, guys, if you could drop a like and of course subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be greatly appreciated. So Monday we'll get into some new things as far as different rebuilds. I'm not sure what we're going to completely do yet, but I'll definitely think of something. So looking at the last pick in the lottery, the Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously the big decision this offseason for Cleveland is going to be what do you do with Sexton, and then potentially even Kevin Love, which he's an expiring contract, so maybe get creative with him and potentially trade him away to a different team. There's a lot of things Cleveland can do this offseason, and obviously you have a very exciting trio with Garland, Jarrett Allen, and Evan Mobley. They're traded for Caris LeVert as well at the trade deadline, got him from Indiana, so definitely makes some exciting things to be excited about, and Lauri Markkanen ended up being pretty good as well. So yeah, pretty excited about what Cleveland has going for them overall. But with the 14th overall pick, a lot of mock drafts have them taking Ochai Agbaji, I think is how you say his name, and he's the Kansas guard. They won the NCAA championship, I believe. So let's get into this pick at number 14 for Cleveland and see if he is here. And there he is. We have Ochai Agbaji here, who I will be taking. Kansas guard, 22 years old, 6'5", so he's going to definitely fit a little bit better than Sexton and Garland as a backcourt because they are a little small and undersized. But in the second round pick, we have a couple guys we could take, and I'll just go ahead and take Crushables here in the second round. We also have another second round pick on top of that, so then we can go ahead and take maybe like Mike Foster here out of it's a Eurostash player, and another second round pick. I didn't realize we had this many second round picks. Then Drew Timme actually went back to Gonzaga, so then we can take like Josh Minott here, I guess, here in this pick, and then I think that'll be it. So our 14th overall pick was, like I said, Ochai Agbaji, so he projects to be pretty good in the NBA, so he could be a really nice backcourt member with Garland, and him and Garland could dominate NBA teams for years. Who knows? So Dean Wade, I'm going to accept, and then qualifying offers, Brandon Goodwin, and of course the big decision is Colin Sexton. Now I do want to make him healthy real quick, that way it's easier to figure out what we're going to do with him. So which he is out here, so I don't know if I can I fix him when he's a free agent? I have no idea. I'm sure I can, but maybe I can. I'm not totally sure how that's going to work, but let's see. I can negotiate a yeah, I don't think I can edit him right now, so we'll figure it out though. So he is a free agent who is injured. Now I know I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know what Cleveland's going to do with him, but just based off potentially drafting Ochai Agbaji and then having Caris LeVert as well, I really do think you could see a world where Sexton is shipped out of here. Now I don't know what you'd get in return. His trade value might be kind of low right now, of course, but I just think there is a world where he is shipped out of here. So I think that is what I'm going to do with Colin Sexton. I know that's not the most popular decision among Cavs fans. They want to see him back. But personally, I think I'm just going to go ahead and trade him and get value out of him. Then Moses Brown, I didn't even realize was a Cleveland Cavalier, so I wouldn't mind him back as well. I do want to figure out what I want to do with Kevin Love, though, because he did play really well down the stretch for Cleveland. So kind of want to see if I'd be, if I'm able to get like a first round pick for a guy like Kevin Love. And I'm not sure what team would be interested in Kevin Love's services, but just somebody that wouldn't mind him. Like, I don't know why the Spurs would want him, the Timberwolves. The Blazers, maybe like a couple years ago, they would have been interested. But now with that contract and, little wiggle room that they have, I just don't see them doing this. So maybe we're stuck with Kevin Love, which is totally fine by me. Kevin Love's a good player. His money is kind of high, but we'll just go ahead and focus on this sign and trade with Colin Sexton. Now, personally, I would just like a first round pick out of him if I can get a first round pick for Colin Sexton. I have no idea what kind of money he's going to warrant this offseason, but actually, I kind of messed up. I should not have offered him a contract. So I'm going to actually decline that. I don't want to renounce his rights, but I'm going to decline that and hope I didn't mess this up. Okay, I think we're good. I don't think I messed it up. So, because if I sign him now, it'll glitch into a... then the Spurs are offering a contract. We're going to match it. And since the Spurs are interested, we're going to trade him to the San Antonio Spurs for a pick, which they have a few picks as well. So, we're going to trade him to the Spurs, get some value out of him. I'm going to have to fix his injury, of course, and then we'll be on our way. So if I can just get their 2023 unprotected pick for Colin Sexton, I'd be more than happy with that, and they agree. So just like that, we get Colin Sexton out of here. I think he could have another opportunity in San Antonio, obviously. And again, I know Cavs fans aren't totally happy with that decision. I've seen some Cavs fans in the past say they want to keep Sexton, which makes sense to me, but just for me personally, I just feel like Sexton could be on the move. Now, I could be totally wrong. I'm just a man with the controller playing 2K, so don't totally take what I say seriously. Just take it with a grain of salt, obviously. So, but now with Colin Sexton gone, we have Evan Mobley, Michael Foster, Dean Wade. then Kevin Love, Jarrett Allen. So my front court depth is fine. Small forward depth is actually really good as well. Then obviously LeVert, Okoro, and Agbaji. I kind of want to get Agbaji in the starting 5. Just not sure that's going to be easy to do. So I think I want to move Isaac Okoro to the 3. 6'5". We're moving him to small forward, and then Agbaji will probably have to play off the bench for Karis LeVert this year, I assume. And then you have like Markkanen, Okoro, and Osman fighting over that small forward minute. So I think that's going to be our offseason, really. This first offseason basically was just the Ochai Agbaji edition, and then of course getting a first round pick for Colin Sexton. So Karis LeVert goes down in overall, Kevin Love goes down in overall, which you'd expect. Osman goes down in overall as well. Dylan Weiler's going up, Dean Wade goes down. Okay, so now we can get into what our rotation is going to look like for this next season. I don't know if 2K is going to want to start Agbaji, which I wouldn't be totally opposed to, but I do feel like obviously LeVert would be the obvious starter because they did trade for him and he played for them already. So power ranking does land us pretty high, so they do want to start Karis LeVert, which makes sense to me. So it's Garland, LeVert, Isaac Okoro they want to start, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, Lauri Markkanen as your 6-man, which I like that. Kevin Love off the bench, Agbaji off the bench, and Osman. So I actually really do like this bench and this rotation in general. I think we could definitely, after making the play-in tournament, we could easily be in the playoffs in this next year, especially if Garland takes another jump. I really like where Cleveland is at. Like I said, they're a very good position. They've done an incredible job with their rebuild for sure. So shout out to Cleveland after losing LeBron. They've done an incredible job. So I'm going to go ahead and move JB Bickerstaff's system to balance. We're going to simulate this year. We're going to see how things go. I fully expect to be in the postseason with Cleveland. And then maybe we'll find an opportunity for Agbaji to get its starter minutes eventually soon. But for now, he'll play off the bench in his first year. At the end of the season, I don't even know why I show this part anymore. MVP, it literally always goes to Luka Doncic in this file. There's really no other way it happens. Sometimes it's like John Morant, but Rookie of the Year goes to Ty Washington on the Washington Wizards. Spencer Dinwiddie's 6-man on the Dallas Mavericks. Rudy Gobert's defensive player. Melo wins most improved. Nick Nurse is your coach of the year, and Christian Bartlett is your executive. So here's your All-NBA first team. You have Luka, Trey, Tatum, LeBron, and Jokic. All-NBA second team, LaMelo. Garland making an All-NBA second team is actually honestly really awesome to see. He averaged 30 points per game, which is crazy. Giannis, All-NBA second team as well. Jimmy Butler and Embiid. And here's your All-NBA third team. All defensive first team. I would assume we have at least one representative of Cleveland. We do not, though, unfortunately. I think Evan Mobley could eventually be there. Jarrett Allen, obviously another guy. And then Ochai Agbaji did not make an all-rookie team. It doesn't look like, unless of just missing, but I don't think so. So that's a little disappointing. But as far as stats-wise, we were the 4th seed in the East. Garland averaged 30 points per game. Sexton averaged 18. Evan Mobley with 14. Lauri Markkanen with 12. Jarrett Allen with 12. And then Kevin Love with 11. 9 from Okoro. 8 from Ochai Agbaji in his rookie year. Shot decently as well, 46% of the field and 35% from 3, so not too bad as a bench roll. And then Osman with 5, and then 0 from Dean Wade, and that was basically our rotation. So now we get to play the Washington Wizards in round 1, who have Washington, who had a really good year. He won Rookie of the Year with Bradley Beal in the backcourt with them, and Porzingis, Mitchell Robinson as well. So that's an interesting front court you have there, and Kuzma off the bench. So we'll go ahead and see if we can knock off the Washington Wizards here. I feel like we're the better team, but you never really know. I really love how deep our bench is on top of that. So similar current round against Washington, and they are going to beat us in 5. So first year, we actually get humbled a little bit, but from going to the play-in tournament to the playoffs is definitely a huge step. Garland got 16 assists in that closeout game. That's kind of crazy, but that's unfortunate, but there is more work to do this offseason, so I'm not too upset with that. As we have the Toronto Raptors getting beat by the Pistons. The Pistons go on to win it all. I wonder who the Detroit Pistons drafted. Oh, and then the Spurs made it to the finals with Colin Sexton there, so that's cool. And then they drafted... Who did they... Oh, they drafted Shaedon Sharpe, who's coming off the bench. Okay, let's go into this offseason again. Straight to the draft lottery, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe we're supposed to have this pick. I believe it goes to the Pacers this year, unless if 2K has that fixed, which I highly doubt it. As far as... Okay, so we have the 26th overall pick, and this is 2023. Really quickly, I'm going to check the protections on that pick. I believe this is supposed to go to the Pacers. Jarrett Allen's upset for some reason. I hate it when it does that. But yeah, I'm going to check that real quick. Check the protections on that pick really quickly. So I was indeed correct. We were not supposed to have that draft pick. It is top 14 protected. And obviously, we were not in the top 14. Hopefully, Jarrett Allen gets it all together and he's going to be fine here eventually. But let's keep it going this offseason. So staff signing is completely fine to the draft, as we have the Spurs pick, obviously, from the Colin Sexton trade. That trade ended up working out for them pretty heavily. They got, obviously, to the finals, and we have the 25th overall pick off of it. So Sexton for 25, not sure that was great value, but, I mean, at least we got a first-round pick. We have Emoni Bates here, who obviously apparently has fallen off a little bit in real life. I think he's had Some unlucky. I think he's been pretty bad at Memphis, and now he's transferring or something like that. So I don't really know what his future is, but I am just gonna go ahead and take him anyway, since he's like the only guy I know there. And at 47, we have like Carson Wallace, which I believe we could use a backup point guard. So we'll go ahead and take him as well. So just like that, come out of the draft with Monty Bates and Cason Wallace, I should say, not Carson. Sorry about that. Then player options, we have Osman, who I'm actually going to decline. Koloko, I'm going to accept, obviously. And then I'm going to accept both my second round picks or all three of my second round picks from last year. Qualifying offers, Garland is a free agent. And of course, we got to get Garland back. The man just had a really good year, made All NBA second team. So he is eligible for a super max contract. Kevin Love, on the other hand, I think it's time for us to move on. He would be really cheap to bring back, but for me, I think it's just time to let him go. Karis LeVert is an interesting one because I really do want to start Ochai Agbaji this next year, to be honest with you, just to give him an opportunity. So maybe we sign Karis LeVert as like a bench guy, but I don't know. Would he really be somebody that'd be willing to come off the bench is a question. I'm not sure. That's something we got to ask ourselves. But of course, Garland, 100% bringing it back. But I don't think I want to lose Karis LeVert for nothing. So I'm going to sign him regardless of what happens. So Karis LeVert will be signed, and then Garland's getting an offer. Of course, we're going to match it. So Garland, welcome back to Cleveland. And then other than that, I think there's really nothing else for us to do. So you have Garland and Wallace. You have Ochai Agbaji and Karis LeVert, Markin and Okoro, and now Amani Bates on top of that. Evan Mobley, Michael Foster, and then Jarrett Allen, who should be happy next year, hopefully. I think I'm going to move Bates to the 4. He's 6'10", so should be fine doing that. He might be able to get some run off the bench for this team. So he is a little skinny, I believe, though, so I'm not sure how much weight he'll add when he does get into the NBA, if he ever does get in the NBA anyway, which I assume he will, but who knows. So we're just going to go straight to play progression off that, and we got LeVert back. I'm looking for Ochai Agbaji to be in the starting 5 this year, though, and then Isaac Okoro, 82, Evan Mobley is up to an 89. Jarrett Allen is still triggered. Hopefully we can fix his mood once we get into the playoffs, and then once we get into this next year. And Okoro is up to an 83, so you love to see that. So let's get into this rotation for next year. It obviously hasn't changed much. I just think the starting 5 might look a little different if 2K thinks that Agbaji deserves to start, which I believe he does. So I might start him regardless. So power ranking lands is number 5, and they still want to start Karis LeVert, but I think I am going to go ahead and give Agbaji this opportunity. I'm going to have LeVert be a bench guy for us. So I'm going to give Agbaji the start next to Garland. So it'll be Okoro, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, Markkanen, Karis LeVert. So I guess we can move Karis LeVert to the 6-man role. That way we can have that fixed up. And then Christian Koloko, and then Minute, and then Foster and Amani Bates aren't getting any minutes, and neither is Wallace. So proficiency wise, if we take a real quick look, it is a 3.5 balance. So really solid roster. Obviously we could go up. No, we can't. Never mind. So we're going to stay at a balanced system. We're going to see what Agbaji can do in the starting 5 this year next to Garland. His shot tendency is kind of low, so I'm going to boost it up just a little bit to like an 80. And then Evan Mobley, same thing. I kind of want to see him take some more shots. So hopefully that fixes things a little bit. And then we can move Core up to like 6'6". So let's go ahead and summate this season. Let's see how this Cavaliers roster does. Hopefully Garland can have some more help with Agbaji joining him in the backcourt, and we can make the playoffs again, and maybe this time actually win a series or 2. So once again, I still don't know why I show this part, but Luka wins MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Victor Wembanyama on the Chicago Bulls. Shaedon Sharp, 6-man on the Pistons. Giannis Defensive Player, Gene Montero Most Improved, and Nate McMillan is your Coach of the Year. I'm not sure who he's coaching in the Atlanta Hawks still, duh. And then Executive of the Year goes to Christian Bartlett on the Pistons. Okay, so here's your All-NBA first team, Luka, LaMelo. Do we got Garland on like an All-NBA? No, not first team this year. Second team, no either. And then he does make All-NBA third team still. Maybe he had a little bit more help. He still averaged 28 and 11 though. I mean, the man has been just freaking fantastic. And then Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis. That's good company to be with. And then all defensive team. We still don't have any Cleveland Cavaliers representing, which a little disappointing, but that's okay. And then all rookie team. I don't believe we had any. I mean, we got Amani Bates, but I don't believe he got any minutes anyway. So looking at our stats, and then we get to play Brooklyn in round 1, but we're back as like the 4th seed once again. 28 from Garland. You had 18.5 from Evan Mobley, 15 from Ochai Agbaji, so that's nice. 15 points per game, so he ended up being pretty good. LeVert, 14, 12 from Isaac Okoro, 12 from Karis LeVert, 10 from Markkanen. Even Josh got some minutes here, 6 points per game, 5 from Christian Koloko, and then Amani Bates even chipped in a little bit with 1 point per game. Love to see it. Okay, let's see what we get to play, or let's see what the Nets look like right now. So they have Kyrie, Cameron Thomas, Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, Daron Sharp, Claxton, Bruce Brown, Chris Livingston, and Kessler Edwards. So this could be a tough series. Of course, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving is no joke with Ben Simmons on top of that. Game 1, we're down 1-0, 131 and 118, 33 and 14 from Garland, but obviously it didn't matter. Game 2, 131 and a 99. And one thing that's interesting is, of course, Kyrie used to play in Cleveland, so this is kind of fun. But Ochai Agbaji drops 29. He's averaged 21 in the playoffs. Love to see it. Game 3, they go up 2-1, and we even it up. Okay, so we're not going anywhere just yet. 26 from Kyrie, 31 from Garland. Game 5 is going to be a big one, and we do not win it. Okay, I would love nothing more than get out of the first round for this team. I think it's time for us to be out of the first round, so hopefully we don't get first rounded here by Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn's a tough opponent, don't get me wrong. And these two actually matched up in the play-in tournament, which also forgot to talk about. But it's a close one, and I think we took it at the very end, and we do force a Game 7 back to Cleveland behind Garland's 42 and Oshai's 21. Love to see it. So now we're going to a Game 7 back to the land, and low-key might run my 8-man rotation here just to ensure that we knock off the Brooklyn Nets. This would be a huge, huge victory for us. They want to start Levert. I still want to go ahead and see Agbaji start. He's been really good in the playoffs for us, and Garland's going up to 43 minutes. So Game 7, all or nothing here in Game 7. It is in the land. Can we beat the Brooklyn Nets, knock them off, and go to the second round? This would be a big accomplishment for us right here with this rebuilding roster. And it's looking good, and I think it's safe to say, boys, we have accomplished... Or wait a minute. Not over yet. Oh, okay, now it's over. 108 to 122. Garland drops 39. Mobley drops 27. Kyrie drops 31. Kevin Durant drops 24. But the Brooklyn Nets, just like that, have been eliminated in 7 by the young up-and-coming Cleveland Cavaliers. But now we got a very interesting series. Another team the Cavaliers matched up against in the play-in tournament. We get to play the Atlanta Hawks, who eliminated them, obviously, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm... Wait, does my memory serve me right? No, it was the Hawks and the Hornets who played, right? Cleveland got eliminated immediately? I can't remember now. But regardless, Game 1. Let's see what happens. We're up 1-0. Good start. 127 to 118. We love to see that. Can we go Game 2? Yes, 2-0. We're up 3-0. Yes, we can. Can we beat them in 4? No. Beat them in 5? No. Beat them in 6, please? Okay, let's go. So they did not come back from 3-0 deficit. Now we got the Pistons, the Celtics going to 7, so we got some rest. Now I get to play the Boston Celtics, who won Game 1 of the finals. And then we got Smart, Brown, Tatum, Grant Williams, Robert Williams, Aaron Naismith, Derek White, Zubac, and then Dylan Windler, and then Memphis and Houston on the other side of the bracket. Okay, Game 1, we're up 1-0. Good start, 135 to 108. Jason Tatum drops 36, but Mobley drops 31. Ochai and Garland both had a lot of points there as well. We're up 2-0 on Boston. We're up 3-0. And are we going to the finals? Please. Yes, we are. We beat the Celtics in 5. We are in the NBA Finals playing the Houston Rockets, who have Kevin Porter, Jalen Green, Keegan Murray, Jabari, Vucevic, Gary Trent, Alperen Sengun, and Kenyon Martin. I feel like we're the better team. Game 1, we're down 1-0. Game 2, we even it up, though, so that's good. 28 and 12 from Garland. Game 3, okay. I really, really so badly want to win these finals here, so I will listen to 2K, whatever they have. Please win Game 4. Yes, okay, can we win Game 5? Please. No! All right, Game 6, here it is. Game 6, have to force a Game 7 back to Cleveland. If we could do that, I have all the confidence in the world we can win it. Houston comes out firing, but we can maybe respond in the second quarter, and we did. We're leading in the third quarter. Close game, close game. Game 7, I think, and we are going to a Game 7 back in Cleveland. This is to win the championship. Can we do it? Can we win this championship here for the land? And can we say, Cleveland, this is for you at the end of things? Come on, baby. We got this locked in. We have a lead in the third quarter. It's looking good. It's looking good. And I think it's safe to say, boys, we have won a championship for the Cleveland Cavaliers with Garland and Agbaji as your backcourt with Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen. And that is how you win a championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Garland is your finals MVP. Shout out to Cleveland. Man, they got a good rebuild for them going. And if they can get another stud in this draft, they're going to be on their way, man. Evan Mobley, Garland, Jarrett Allen, that's already such a good big 3. It'll be interesting to see, like I said, what they do with Colin Sexton this offseason. Let me know your predictions on what you think will happen with Sexton. But I'm going to end it off there, boys. I'm going to end it off on a championship on a high note. Let me know if you'd like to see Cleveland draft Agbaji, average 18 of the points for playoffs in the playoffs for us. So very happy with that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back Monday. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.